Hey everybody, welcome back to H-Town Theater World. It's your girl Denise here, and I'm going to be talking about South Pacific. And it was a very lovely show where all you can think about are dames and washing that man right out of your hair under an enchanted evening of Bali High. And I will say this, I have never seen the show before. I have seen a tiny clip of it of the movie that was in 1958, not the 2001 movie that was done with Glenn Close and Harry Connick Jr., the original one that was done in 1958, like I said. So I haven't seen anything. I haven't even heard any of the music. Barely know any of the music, actually. And let's just say I was entertained. It was a very classical show. It's by Oscar Rogers and Hammerstein, so very big Broadway names, and they've done a lot of classics from their revision of Cinderella to this one, as well as South Pacific and many others. And I will say that I was quite entertained, like I said before. I was not expecting the ending at all. I didn't think it was a romantic show at all. I didn't think of it at all. I didn't know it was gonna be a wartime Pacific Ocean theater show at all. It did come out in the 1948 based on a book of Tales of the South Pacific. I didn't expect that. And I will say I am very glad that I didn't expect it because it made the show much more enjoyable. It was much more on my seats. This show was a Houston production by Theater Under the Stars, Houston-based theater company, and all the actors did a great job. The voices were good. There wasn't much dancing, but for the dancing, it was very good, very well done. The sets were very well established. You could definitely tell where in the show they were located. The direction of the show was very well done. I didn't did like the comedy aspects, so that was pretty good. They definitely colorblind the casting, so some of the people that needed to be of South Pacific Asian descent were of that nationality, and then they actually had both black and white men in the same unit. I believe they were segregated in World War II, if my history is correct. You can definitely fact check me on that one. But if they weren't segregated, okay, that's fine. But either way, everybody was great in the show. The show is about a woman who falls in love with a French plantation owner, and she is a Army, Marine, or Navy nurse. One of those three. I can't remember which one had the nurses that went into the Pacific Theater. Forgive me. I know that was mostly Navy and Marine-based military during that time. My history is correct from watching a TV show on HBO. Oh, and the other Pacific Ocean movies that I've seen as well. And so it's based on that, and then there's another love story about a Marine lieutenant and a local Tonkinese girl, and there wasn't really much substance per se in that one. It was kind of like they were kind of like the side story. Like they met, they had fun, and they were really into it. It's also about if the Navy nurse was going to accept the French plantation owner's proposal of living with him permanently on the island. He does have kids from a woman, of Tonkinese woman. So he has two kids, and the naval nurse or marine nurse or army nurse was from Arkansas, where they haven't really accepted that too much yet, and too much yet. So that's kind of like where the story goes from there, is like, is she gonna accept it? Is he gonna like it? Are they gonna be okay? So you get to see. This is gonna be spoiler free. I'm not gonna spoil anything. I thought it was really great. I thought the show was long, but the timing of the show, like the beat of the show was still good. It was still good. It wasn't like you were like bored out of your mind. Like, when is this gonna be over? When is it gonna be over? Is this thing working? So yeah, it was pretty good. I was actually very entertained. I do recommend it. It was definitely suitable for the month that we are in, which is February, and the week of Valentine's Day, which is this past week that just happened, and then this upcoming week. And I was very pleasantly pleased. I will give it a 2 thumbs up. I will not see it again for a while, probably. If you have a chance to see this show, it's very classical. A lot of the songs became Broadway standards, which means that it is a very, very famous song from Broadway. This show did win a lot of Tony Awards, including Best Musical. It came out in 1948, so that was like 3 years after World War II, which is, wow, that was a quick turnaround of a show for that. So yeah, I say go see it. If you have a free weekend, free evening night, check it out. Prices for this show are pretty good. Cheapest price is probably like $40, and there's no extra cost if you purchase your tickets online. So I recommend it. And I hope to see you guys at the show.